The nation is hurting, like never before. Throughout history, this country has relied on one constant to ease the pain, provide a distraction in times of great need: sport. It gives us a reason to smile, to cheer, to celebrate. It brings people together to forget the hardness and at times unfairness of life. But in recent days, even that has been torn away from us. The stadiums are silent, but the resilience of racing continues to shine through, as it has for more than 180 years. A look through history shows what racing and its personalities bring to this country. Like our most famous race, the Melbourne Cup, it has never missed a year since Archer won in 1861, even through 2 world wars. And what about Farley in the late 1920s? In a time of depression, he stirred the soul of a nation when hope seemed lost.
Farley simply played with them.
And what joy Bard and his wit brought to us all. His ability to share the track with battlers and royalty showed us that the racetrack is one of life's great levels. This millennium, it's been the feats of 3 ladies who have brought this nation together. No, make that 4. The Diva and her 3 cups, Black Caviar and her unbeaten 25, Winks, the greatest of them all. And racing's first lady, Gai Waterhouse. Gai has that incredible knack of lifting everyone's spirits.
Dates are back, they're racing.
And didn't we all cheer when she won her 7th golden slipper just last Saturday?
Game and fun, and another one for Gai Waterhouse.
Racing folk are a resilient and hardy bunch. Just 12 years ago, we survived equine influenza that threatened to wipe out the entire industry. Instead, it bounced back stronger than ever, and will again. In the toughest of times, we have turned to the track to lift our flagging spirits. Today is another of those times. They're racing at Rosehill Gardens in Sydney and at Bendigo in Victoria. The world of sport has shut down, but racing continues, survives for another day. It's brilliant that the racing show does go on as racing continues to fight on with strict protocols, of course, whilst Australia struggles to fight the coronavirus. And I hope you can escape with us over the next 5.5 hours as we celebrate everything that is great in sport, and we're going to do it with an elite race day. Rosehill Gardens with 2 huge Group 1s, and at Bendigo, the Nursery of Champions, where there is $1 million in prize money up for grabs. Henry Dwyer and Chris Simons are joining me in Melbourne. We'll be also going live in Sydney as well as we cover every aspect of a great race day. Henry, great to see you, mate. Racing goes on. Hallelujah.
Great to be here, Richo. These Bendigo standalone meetings, every year they're great. Unfortunately, the locals can't go this year, but big competitive fields and obviously stars galore in Sydney.
And Chris Simons, you've traded in Kevin from 7 to join us, mate. Welcome.
I've got him out in the car park. I had trouble getting him up the elevator, so you've just got me. A bit of a different role for me today, Richo, so you might just have to help me through.
No, you'll be perfect, mate. Really looking forward to it. Bruce McAvaney's the captain of our commentary team, and he's bunkered down in Sydney in the study and ready to go. Bruce, what a great day of racing.
It is, Richo. It's a different day, that's for sure, but what a privilege to be able to spend the next few hours with you guys and do what I normally do on a Saturday. It's a terrific meeting here, fine skies. I know you're going out to Richard shortly to get a track upgrade, but it's group races left, right and centre, including those 2 Group 1s. Kementari, so much interest in his comeback in the Stark Kingdom, now a gelding. He's down in class, he's got barrier 1, could he do it? Avilius going for 2 in the Tancred to join Tie the Knot and Octagonal, and then you've got Very Elegant, and we've got the benchmark with her, haven't we? Those 4-year-old mares that have been able to win this race, horses like Jamaica and Tuesday Joy Ethereal. Is she in that class? Well, Probably. She's got a little bit of catching up to do, but she can do that today. And then the big clash in the Vinery between Probabile and Funstar. Funstar 3-1 against Probabile. You've got McAvoy up against McDonald. I'm going for Funstar. And what about James McDonald today, guys? I mean, hasn't he got a remarkable book of rides? So there's a lot to look forward to.
There certainly is, and maybe a little cameo from Frankie in the background throughout the day. As we look at the two big Group 1s in Sydney, and they are a mouth-watering clash, we know that the Tancred's a beauty. Avilius, as Bruce just mentioned, trying to go back-to-back and join a couple of the greats. Very Elegant's gone to a whole different level this preparation. She deserves to be a short price favourite, and Mustajir, who won an Ebor at York, looks hard to beat. Probabile versus Funstar. Well, that's the one time that Probabile got over the top. They're both having a crack at 2,000 metres for the very first time.
Holding off Fierce Impact and Kingswell Dream.
Alabama Express has won the Ore.
The Lightning at Flemington was a stunner. Nature Strip, the hot favourite, capitulating to G-Tra, the South Aussie, who loves the straight track.
G-Tra has won it. It's a blowout.
Back to Caulfield with 3 Group 1s on the same day. The Blue Diamond, a truly international affair. Japanese-bred Tagaloa, ridden by Kiwi Michael Walker, was trained by a pair of New Zealanders, Trent Busuttin and Natalie Young, who won their first Group 1 since being based in Australia. Linda Meach broke new ground, becoming the first female jockey to win the Oakley Plate on the flying mare Pippi. And in the futurity, the big names Super Seth and Melody Bell were upstaged by the journeyman, Streets of Avalon.
Streets of Avalon's brave. Streets of Avalon's won the Group 1.
The Australian Guineas had a massive build-up, and Alligator Blood continued his remarkable run of success. For Ryan Maloney, it was his first Group 1, and it was a triumph for trainer David Van Dyke.
His big heart pounding. He's clear. He wins. Alligator Blood won it by a length.
In Sydney, it was all about the Kiwis. Trainer Jamie Richards, jockey Opie Bosson. Their filly Probabile produced a big finish to win the surround. But that effort, good as it was upstaged by an even more impressive come-from-behind win by Tiako Shark in the Chipping Norton.
The Shark's coming for the kill. Tiako Shark right over the top.
The Newmarket is the great handicap when it comes to sprinters, and Glenn Boss gave Bivouac for Godolphin the perfect ride. It was a dominant win rarely seen in the time-honoured race.
Bivouac won the Newmarket easily.
The Hayes clan continued their exceptional success in the Australian Cup. 50 Stars finishing over the top of Regal Power, who would go on to win the All-Star, with Melbourne Cup winner Vow and Declare third. It was the Hayes Stables' 10th win in the Cup. At Randwick in the Guineas, Shadow Hero maintained his unbeaten record at that course, leaving Microphone, Brandenburg and Castelvecchio in his wake.
And Shadow Hero won the Guineas.
The Canterbury Stakes was won by the underrated Tony Pike-trained the Bostonian, and for jockey Nash Rawilla, it was his first Group 1 since coming back to Australia from Hong Kong.
The Bostonian, Rawilla goes for home. He beats off Sabatiano.
The following week, Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott broke their own little drought when the American mare Contra Patiro ploughed through the mud to win the Coolmore Classic.
Contra Patiro goes on to win it.
Under the lights at the Valley, a star-studded lineup in the William Reid, and the 3-year-old filly Loving Gabby out-muscled 2 other Group 1 winners this year, G-Tra and Bivouac.
She wins the big double.
Onto the Slipper, and the 5 Group 1s at Rosehill. In the Ranvet, English raider Adayab won for William Haggis, and a brilliant ride from Tom Marquand gave him his first Group 1 victory. The George rider felt vastly different without 4-time winner Winks, but it was the John Thompson-trained Dreamforce who led all the way, upsetting the hot favourite Tiako Shark. Cox Plate runner-up Castelvecchio was given a sublime ride by Craig Williams, and he resurrected his reputation in the Rosehill Guineas, while in the Galaxy, David Pfeiffer trained his first Group 1 winner when his mare I Am Excited took the short way home under Tim Clark, who was winning the race for the 3rd time.
Here's a great go in the Galaxy. They're wide apart. I Am Excited, the insider. Miss Leonides wide out.
But the highlight of this racing year has undoubtedly been Gay Waterhouse's 7th Golden Slipper. Training in partnership with Adrian Bott, she watched from home as their star colt, Farnham, gave Hugh Bowman his first Golden Slipper win.
Farnham, another one for Gay Waterhouse.
That was a moment, and it's been a great ride so far.